Good morning, and welcome to the Living Waters Church in Palm Springs. Today we are going to talk about James, chapter 4, verse 1 through 17. And what this deals with is our struggle in the world. How can we be in the world and still be liked, loved by our Creator? And so what we have, the tools we have, is prayer. We struggle, and what's our only weapon? Prayer. The words out of the Bible. Our friendship with God. Our friendship with the world is what gets us in trouble. Our relationship with God is what keeps us out of trouble. This book tells us to humble ourselves, and God will lift us up. If we're prideful, boastful, arrogant, we'll be put down because that's not God's way. That's the answer. To humble ourselves in all things. To not speak evil of one another. To not bear false witness. It's all right to go to somebody if they're doing wrong and talk to them about that. But not to go to somebody else and talk about that. Go to the person that you have a problem with and talk to them. It's simple. We want to plan our lives and include God in our lives. Can you imagine what people are like, how they feel inside when they don't have God inside of them? When they don't have the love of Jesus Christ inside of them? I don't know how they get through the day, especially nowadays. It's just amazing what the power of this book will do for us. We don't want to boast. We don't want to plan our lives without God included, without putting God first. If we put God first and we follow, God opens the door. God makes it so that we walk in green pastures. We want to put our pride away. Pride goeth before the fall. You don't want to be prideful. You don't want to boast. You want to put God first. And He gave an example for us to live by, His Son, Jesus Christ. We want to make sure that we have a relationship with God. And it said that we only go to God through the Son, through Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the light. And if we follow Him, it will lead us to His Father, our Creator. This is how we get through life without being complete sinners. Completely enveloped in the world, coming to church an hour a week, 2 hours a week, and then the other how many hours in a week? Hundreds. And yet we only give God 2 hours of our time. So in this, it says, from whence come wars and fighting amongst us? The lust of our life is what produces these wars. Our own desires, our own thoughts, our own way, instead of His way. Friendship with God and through Jesus Christ is a wonderful thing. It's a relationship. We all have had friends. And we've all had them move away. And what happens to the friendship? It suffers because we're far away from one another. We're no longer in each other's lives daily. This is what happens to us right here. If you only come to church and you only listen, that's good. That's a good start. But once you have that and you get a longing to understand these words, the whole book becomes alive. I read it when I was very young, all the way through. What a story! Woo! Somebody should make a movie about it. But it wasn't till later in life, till after I'd fallen and suffered, that this book was a light in a darkness in my heart that filled the hole that I had like nothing else did. The Lord's Prayer says, "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive others." It's a relationship. God wants us to be in a relationship with Him. He sent His Son to give us a living example of how we could live in this world if we wanted to. If we truly wanted to, we could live like Christ. We could put aside our wants and desires and live a godly life. And a lot of people think, well, I wouldn't be happy if I did that. You'll be beyond happiness. You'll be content. You'll have a peace inside you that is unexplainable just by knowing what is in this book. So it's about relationship. It's about learning what's in this book, reading it, letting it go inside of us, and having that affect how we relate to the world with our hands. If we read this book and understand it, our life will change. It's amazing. Speak not evil. Have a relationship. Put your pride aside. Do what God tells you to do. Put away your bad habits. Adapt better habits. We're all going to have 24 hours a day to live. What are we going to do with them? Are we going to be in the world, or are we going to be in God's kingdom? We are the ones that create that here on earth for ourselves. So today, start the process of knowing what's in this book, allowing it in your mind, having it in your heart, and showing that love to your friends, your family, your wives, your husbands, your children, all the people you bump into in the world. And if you need any help, you can call us at the Living Water Church at 760-898-5848. 24 hours a day. Give us a call. Come to church. We're at 5000 Cali San Rafael, in between Dinah Shore and Ramon, on the east-hand side of the street. Prayers at 9 o'clock. Come and sit in back. Just listen. Listen to the prayers that we give. And then stay for service. It's at 10. Let it amaze you. Thank you.